Alright. Hi guys, Wary Grunt here coming at you with something a little bit different. We're gonna be doing a story time video. That's right, we're gonna take a little break from the Let's Play, and I wanna try and mix things up with my content. So, this is gonna be our first story time, and I'm gonna tell you guys the story of the time I got yelled at in high school. Pretty normal, right? Well, it's gonna get a bit funnier, I promise. So let's get on with the story. So, in our history class, in our, I think, either freshman or sophomore year in high school, we were learning about the Chinese dynasties, right? You know, all those dynasties that came one after the other, like the Qin, the Chang, the Song, all of those. To be honest, it's been so long, I don't even remember anymore. So our teacher, we'll call him Mr. Squid. He has an uncanny resemblance to a certain family-friendly cephalopod. He would say,
Make sure you take down all notes, everyone. I will be asking everything I say in the quiz or for recitation. So make sure to take down every detail.
I hope you guys now understand why we call him Mr. Squid. So, he usually asks us whatever detail was mentioned, no matter how small, minute, or insignificant. Hell, he'd even ask us what pairs of shoes Genghis Khan was wearing when he was riding off to battle that one time. That's exactly the type of questions he would ask. So, how it goes is, he'd call you, you stand up, you actually also had the opportunity to read your notes, to read your notebook, to find the answer. Because he's not testing if you memorized it. Well, he's also testing that, but he's also testing if you were listening to his really long, detail-filled lecture. So, one day, it's my turn. My turn to answer a question about ancient Chinese dynasties. Now, the question he asked me was,
Mr. Wary Grunt, can you explain to me who is the current Prime Minister of China and how he managed to go into power?
Now I'll be frank, guys, I had no dang clue what that answer was, because this was a topic not covered in our lecture. Why would I, a student currently studying ancient Chinese history, would know the geopolitical state or the geopolitical people in power? I wasn't taught this. To be honest, I thought I missed something. So I stood there, dumbfounded, deer in the headlights. And I was rifling through my notes. Man, I look like a magician flipping through a deck of cards, because it's just brrr, 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 right through my notes. Now, I could literally feel the rage seething in Mr. Squid, his anger rising, bloodlust becoming more intense for every single page I turned, and for every second a word did not leave my mouth. I honestly thought I was gonna get a marker thrown at my face. And then he says,
Mr. Wary Grunt, do you know the answer to this question? It's a very basic question I taught yesterday.
Yesterday? But I was in class yesterday. I wrote every single thing he said down to the letter, even to the punctuation marks. So I thought, how can I not have this? I was looking at my friends, thinking they could telepathically tell me the answer with their mind. Their face was just as blank as mine. So I honestly thought, did I not understand something? Did I miss something? He then asks me,
Mr. Wary Grunt, do you have it in your notes?
and I said, no sir, I do not. I do not have it, Mr. Squid.
How can you not have it? I taught it yesterday. That just means you weren't listening. Mr. Wary Grunt, are you stupid?
And to be honest, I was quite taken aback. I'm just a freshman in high school wondering why a teacher would call me that. And he just keeps asking again.
Mr. Wary Grunt, I asked you, are you stupid? Because to be honest, you seem kind of stupid right now.
He then stomps his foot and points to the door behind me, angrily so, and he starts screaming. He says,
Mr. Wary Grunt, I do not need stupid people in this classroom. Get out. Just get out. I don't care where you go, just get out of here.
Now, I'll be frank with you guys. This wasn't the first time I got sent out of the classroom. I got sent out by many teachers many times before. But at least they had good reasons. For example, I was either being noisy, annoying, or, one of the most valid reasons, I forgot my books or my materials, which is completely valid. I understand why they don't want me in there, to teach me some respect. But to get kicked out because I didn't know an answer? Or that I was stupid? Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but isn't that like the whole point of school? To teach the stupid so we can become smart? Or does Mr. Squid only want to teach smart people? I don't know, you guys tell me if that's weird, because for me that's mind-boggling, yo. So I shuffle out of the classroom, confused more than anything else, because I could swear I did not know the answer to this question, nor did I think I was taught this answer. Well, no matter, I just went outside and chilled. And by chilled, I mean go to my locker, get my biology textbook, and study for my upcoming exam. Now, no one was in the hallway, so I thought I'd rather just pop a squat and relax and read my book in peace. Until I heard footsteps. It sounded like a grown man's footsteps, according to the weight, the cadence, and the rhythm. So I look up, and lo and behold, the principal arrives. Now, my school was very small, so the principal knew everybody. He goes up to me and he says, "Oh, good morning, Mr. Wary Grunt. What are you doing here?" And I say, "Oh, Mr. Principal, nice to see you. You see, I got kicked out of my class, and I'm studying for my test. And I'm just going to wait till my class is over until I can go back inside." Now, my principal, he was wondering, "Oh, Mr. Wary Grunt, why did you get kicked out?" "Oh, it's because I didn't know the answer to a question. I got called stupid, and I got sent out." And then the smile on Mr. Principal's face dropped. He tells me, "Mr. Wary Grunt, you know what? Why don't you come to my office? We'll get this sorted out. Don't worry, you're not in trouble. Just tell me everything that happens." And I thought, oh, okay, awesome. I get to go to an air-conditioned office and study for my upcoming test so I don't fail. Awesome. So, Mr. Principal leads me to his office, plops me down on his super nice chair. And he asks me, so I tell him, "Oh, well, Mr. Principal, Mr. Squid asked me a question, and I didn't know the answer to it. And he called me stupid for not knowing, and he kicked me out of class. That's pretty much how it goes. You can even ask my friends, sir." Now, Mr. Principal looked very upset about this. He said, "Mr. Wary Grunt, are you really sure that's everything that happened?" Yeah, Mr. Principal. I ain't got no reason to lie to you. Besides, I ain't got nothing better to do, so I might as well just study, right?" There was a brief silence. He clicked his lips. "All right. I believe you, Mr. Wary Grunt." Now, to be honest, I didn't think much of it, and I just went about my day. Went to my next class, lunch, afternoon classes, go home, watch anime, Usual stuff I do. Until the next morning. Mr. Squid pulls me aside before his class, and I thought he was gonna berate me some more. Until he told me,
Mr. Wary Grunt, I'd like to apologize for the words I've said yesterday, because from numerous sources, such as your fellow classmates, apparently I did not teach the lesson that I asked you about, and I'm sorry.
Now, to be honest, I was laughing inside, really. I was like, haha, I told you. I bet Mr. Principal talked to him and gave him a long scolding. Apparently, when he asked everyone else everyone in my class said, "Sir, you did not teach this. Mr. Squid, what are you talking about?" So I'm pretty sure he felt horrible. And when I saw Mr. Principal later that day, he asked me, "So, Mr. Wary Grunt, how was your history class with Mr. Squid?" I said, "Well, he apologized to me, sir." And Mr. Principal said, "Oh, that's very good. How do you feel?" And I told Mr. Principal, "To be honest, Mr. Principal, I don't really care. He called me stupid, so I don't think I can really take him seriously no more." And Mr. Principal was like, "Fair enough, Mr. Wary Grunt, but don't worry, I made sure that Mr. Squid got properly punished for it." And to be honest, I'm very thankful. He was a very caring principal. I really respected that man. Still respect him today. It's pretty cool. So, I guess the long and short of it is, I got yelled at high school for not knowing an answer to a question about a lesson I never was taught. So, my principal comes in to save the day and made my teacher look like an idiot. I guess that's the end for this story time, guys. If you guys like this content and you guys want to know what other crazy antics I'm up to in my life, just tell me to make more. Because to be honest, my channel's not all Let's Plays. I mean, I want to mix it up, make sure you guys are entertained. So aside from that, that's it for today. See you guys.